Hi, so today I'm going to show you guys a strategy I came up with to have consistently laid out elevations on every sheet. So this project has over 100 elevations and they're almost all strip windows. And so I wanted to come up with a strategy where I could ensure that from sheet to sheet, my elevations were in the same space, the tile blocks were in the same space, and everything looked consistent and beautiful. So the only out of the box way to do this really in Revit is to use the guide grids, and I don't really like these because it's really hard for me to work with these consistently, and you have to remember what you're aligning to, and the spacing doesn't really always work with what you want to do. So I didn't use guide grids. Instead, I modified the tile block to kind of create my own guide grids. So if I click on the tile block, I'm going to drop down and show you the modified tile block I made. So in this modified tile block, I have made my own lines that I'm using to align my elevations, place my tile block, where I'm putting the datum point to make sure the text isn't overlapping the elevation. Just all the logic I want to use in this project to lay out my elevations. And so I made this custom for this job, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can make one, because for every job, it's going to slightly vary how you want to lay things out. So basically, if you have the normal WW title block set, if you double click on it or click edit family up at the top, can go into the family edit mode. So we don't actually want to change the default tile block because we need that. So I immediately did save as, and then I named mine do guide grid, and I just saved it locally. And you can come up with your own logic for how you want to save it. So then, now that I'm in here, I can start to create lines with the line command. So that's LI activates the line command, or you can go to create line. So say I wanted to have a line here and here, draw them with the line command, and then the way I made my lines blue was I went to manage object styles, and then I created a new subcategory under tile blocks, a new subcategory of line. And so when you create your new line, if you want it to be blue in your project, you need to make sure that it's a different name than any of the lines that are already in your project. So I will name it guide grid. Okay, and then I can come change the line color, make it blue, okay, and then here I could change it if I wanted to be solid or hidden. So I'll just make it dash lines. Okay, so then I could come and take these lines, change them to the guide grid category I just created, and then click load into project and close. Yes, I want to save this. It's okay for me to save it because this is my custom family that I made locally. Make sure you don't try and save any changes to just the WW template, unless you've already saved as and made it your own thing. So yes. So here is an elevation after I've loaded in that new tile block, and now you can see I can drop it down to guide grid, and you can see the tile block we just created. So I'm going to show you the one I created earlier that has more lines, and just show you how I'm going to use it to fix this sheet. So you can see everything's a little random the way it's spaced out. So I can just move my elevation around, and the lines, the way everything is laid out makes sense to me because I laid it out the way I wanted. I wanted everything to go. Obviously, if you're making this for yourself, you can use whatever logic works for you. So now everything's laid out the way I want. So once you've gone through and done all your elevations and gotten them laid out, you can get rid of this these guide grids, which you don't actually want to print, because right now if I printed this set, these would all print out. By selecting the tile block, select all instances and project, and then dropping these options down and just changing it back to the WW title block. And so that gets rid of the guide grid, all the elevations I had it on. So hopefully this is helpful for people, and if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me and I can walk you through exactly how I figured out the spacing and everything that I wanted. Thanks.